New indie games. Always the best to try and play new indie games that look really interesting, very cool. This is almost like a deck builder roguelike kind of game, and I've been really enjoying it. I've played a lot of this game. So what we're going to do, we're going to head into a new run right off the bat here. I'm going to play one run, and if you guys want to see more, I'm going to play the King of Nature because this is by far my favorite king so far. Now there's a lot of options here. We've got the King of Nature, King of Nomads, King of Stone, King of Progress, King of Time, which I haven't unlocked yet, more coming soon, and then of course the King of Nothing, the King of Spells, the King of Greed, and the King of Blood. So you have a lot of options. Now you progressively unlock these different kings as you go. You start off with the King of Nothing, who is kind of like the most basic king, and each king has a kind of an ability that they can use. The King of Nothing throws a boulder, but I'm a really big fan of the King of Nature because it's elves, and I like archers. It's like something that I really enjoy. So I'm going to click this guy. Now, here's all of the cards, right? So this is the ability. Creates a field of the ground that heals allies and damages enemies. This card is insane. The Mycelium card is nuts. Now, I find that the King of Nature pairs really well with the King of Greed, which you'll kind of understand as we get into the game here. Now, I'm just going to play one run, so it's not a huge deal. So maybe we won't get the King of Greed up as one of our enemies, but how it works is when you have an enemy, you basically pick one of their cards after the round when you beat them. So that's kind of that like roguelike aspect to the game. We have Clone, which literally just clones the card. The Elf, the Boar, both kind of self-explanatory. The Orchard, which creates roots. It's kind of like their trap card. Procreate is nuts. Adding 9 units to the selected troop is insane because the more elves you have, the more arrows you have, the more boars you have, the more tank you have, right? Then you have the Forest, which stacks HP. Stacking HP is also nuts. And then the Poison Vial. I rarely use the Poison Vial. I don't find it all that interesting. I don't really find it that useful. The poison doesn't do a lot of damage, so we're gonna play on Knight, which is I've actually beat Peasant, Squire, and Knight already, but Knight seems like a good challenge. Well, not absolutely bending me over sideways on Lord. So I'm going to play Knight difficulty. We're going to click play. I do have some passives and some perks enabled, so hopefully it's good. So that's the Rebel. We've got the King of Nothing, which is great because the King of Nothing has some interesting stuff. Now, here's the grid, right? So my first card is obviously my base, the Treant. I like to put it back here. Now, the reason I like to put it back here is because the middle I kind of like to reserve for the elves so that I can get added bonuses on each of these squares here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Boar. Let's put it in the top right here. And then the ability, you just click, and it does damage in that circle and also heals in that circle. So we're right up against the King of Progress right off the bat. And then that's round 1 done. And we get to choose what we get here. Now, unit gains 1% damage whenever any plot levels up is a really good card to have early because we're going to be leveling up all of our plots quite a bit. So I'm going to take that card. Now, I don't really want to use any of these. Now, Let's discard and get some gold here. Gold is going to be important later, so let's just discard and do that. Now we're up against the other elf, the rebel elf, I suppose. Now my boars are going to be able to shred through this. The elves have really, really low attack speed, especially early game when you're not up against the King of Greed. The King of Greed has a card that increases attack speed. So I'm going to grab the Forest here. Forest I'm going to pop right here because you can see that it affects all 3 of those squares right there. And then when we upgrade, I'll grab this other 4th square right out here, and I'll just have units all around it so that it just continuously levels up those units every turn. Now you can level up each kind of tile square that you get up to 3 times, sometimes more. It depends. There's perks that allow you to upgrade them even further. Now the Executioner is also really great. The Executioner is really awesome. 5 Procreate cards to our hand. Now this is the Royal Decrees. So double damage, 5 Procreate cards. Every time enemies attack your units, those enemies gain 1 poison stack. I'm for sure taking the Procreates here. I'm gonna chuck the Executioners up here, I think, because ideally I put an attack speed here, and then put the elves right in the middle when I get them. But I am gonna use a couple of Procreates here. When I say a couple, I mean I'm gonna use all of the Procreates here, because now I have this absolutely massive gargantuan army. Now this is the King of Nothing. You can see it down here in the right. Paladins, archers, pretty standard kind of medieval fantasy guy. Now the Executioners have guns. I'm gonna take the Paladins here. Paladins for sure. I need more units, and more frontline units are never gonna hurt me. Gonna just get that with the forest so that they add. Just gain HP. Pop our healing circles down. Now ideally here we can get another Executioner to level up our Executioners. Let's see. See now we got more. Now I have 54 gold, so let's actually take a reroll. Excellent, we get the Executioner once again. Now I'm basically playing this with just my mouse. Prosperity is great. 20 gold or less by the time of prophecy multiplies your gold by 9. So I'm going to try and use a lot of gold here, which is great. I'm not going to sell any cards. I'm just going to try and buy stuff. Now, this is fantastic. I don't have any elves yet, or any mycelium, which is not ideal. Let's shut that down. It doesn't do damage. Ideally, I can get some elves here. Put them right in the middle. Amazing. Now I get elves and mycelium. What do I want worse here? Probably the elves. The elves go right in the middle. They're kind of like my most important troop. Now, them being level 1 with no Procreates so far is not ideal. I could have saved my Procreates from earlier, but you only have 2 cards left in your hand at the end of every turn. So you ideally want to just use as many cards as you can. What is going on there? Those paladins are really holding on. Now the farm is also really good. Adds 1 unit to 1 adjacent troop. We're going to take the farm here. Time to wage war against another king. I don't like either of these. King of Greed. Let's take the King of Greed here. Ideally, I'd like to make peace with the King of Progress eventually. Now the farm I'm going to chuck right here, because it's going to add a unit every turn. Or every battle, I suppose. Now this is the King of Greed right here. Really not a huge deal. King of Greed is pretty simple. Basically does more damage based on the amount of gold that he has, and has thieves and things like that to steal gold. Really interesting kind of concept, but definitely not something that isn't done in other games. There is the beacon. This is exactly why I chose the King of Greed right here, the beacon. Every year adds 2% attack speed to adjacent troops and constructions. Now the beacon is going to go right there, and it's going to make my elves and my executioners attack so quick, which is fantastic. It's similar to the forest, but for attack speed instead of health. Having frontline is good, but having good damage is even gooder, right? There we go. I'll get another circle. You can see the green numbers are the heals, and the red and white numbers are the damage. Chuck another one down right there. Why not? Now we could get the paladin. I think we're gonna take the paladin here. Okay, now I definitely want to buy some stuff here because I want to get underneath 20 gold. Now I bought the beacon, and I have 40 gold left, and everything is 45 gold. So I'm gonna have to spend money on other stuff later. Ideally, I have a few more turns, so we're gonna. Now, do we want to level up the beacon, or do we want to? You know, I think we're gonna put the damage, the reinforce, and then we're gonna level up. Get the 1% damage there on the elves. All right, King of Progress again. He's got all his little rats. Really not a fan of the rats. I prefer boars over rats. You know how it is. I feel like a boar is much more effective at fighting than a rat is. Let's turn that game down a little bit here. And you can see kind of how hard we're winning here. 63 to 72. You know, our executioners are starting to cook. Starting to attack really quickly. Now our boars are not. They're doing a lot of damage actually, but they're not tanky as much as I would like them to. They're not as tanky. Now I think we need to re-roll this. Now we can get the tree ant, or we can get the executioner here. I think we're gonna take the executioner again, level up the executioner again. You know, get more damage on the elves, and also more executioners, higher damage on the executioners. The executioners aim for the lowest health enemy, so often they just harass the backline immediately. So we've got the elves who send a burst right off the bat to the backline, and you can just see how much damage they do. They're just absolutely machine gunning, which is fantastic. It's exactly what the machine gun down our enemies, right? King of Progress is great at machine guns, so you can see just how much the damage is stacking up there. 2,291, almost 2,300. We can get the farm here, and now we get to do the level up. So now here's the thing that we want to figure out. Do we want to go more defensive? Do we want to go more offensive? Or do we want to just go sheer numbers? Now, I think we go sheer numbers here, because this is level 2, this is level 1, but we do have the farm card in our hand, and I think this opens up more opportunity for either a defensive or an offensive. So we're gonna open that up. We're gonna chuck down the farm level up again, because now it recruits 2 every turn. Yes, and now we've got the rainbow army. The rainbow army gives you a really kind of interesting set of cards, I guess, to choose from. And I know exactly what I want from the Rainbow Army, so I can't remember what the card is exactly called, but it does spend a little bit of gold to level up one of your this guy, one of your cards, one of your tiles every turn. One of these. Good English. Great one, Basso. Now, it's none of these, so we're going to re-roll. There's the shrine. There it is. It is the shrine. So we're going to take that. Now, ideally, we put it back behind here, but we don't have that yet. So I think... There's my lives, obviously. I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to level up the paladin here first. And we've only got 2 more years until money. So I don't think we're going to make it to below 20. And that's not a huge hit. It's okay. Having this much gold is fine. You know, we've got 1.5 times the amount of gold that we need to have, so... they're making it into the back line now, which is not good. So we need to start upgrading the front line for sure. Now we can reroll that. We're going to take the beacon here. We're going to level up the beacon. Every heal effect you receive. So that would increase all of my units by 30%. Increasing the attack of all your units in towers by 30% is pretty amazing. All your lost lives is obviously not important because I haven't lost any lives. Doubling every heal effect I receive is also really good. I'm actually going to hit it with a reroll here. 3 new random plots with forests on them. Had 1 extra unit. Support buildings apply their effects one more time. I think I'm going to do another reroll here. Double critical damage. I think I'm going to take Populate here. It seems like the best thing to do, and that gets us below the 20 gold marker, and hopefully we don't make enough gold here to... oh good. We get another one of our own cards, finally. As you can see, the elf's attack speed is really, really slow. And I don't even have a mycelium up yet, which is really quite important. Having a mycelium would be really, really nice because every turn it spawns mushrooms. Every battle it spawns more mushrooms on the sides here, which is really important to having some crazy stuff. And I want to put it in the back left there because it also gets affected by the attack speed from the beacon. Now, I'm sure that there's better ways to min-max this game. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the mycelium. And we get prosperity. I don't think we're going to get it because we have 25. I think Did I lose it? I think I'm going to lose it. Because of 25 gold. Damn, that is brutal. Now, my front line is getting absolutely shredded despite the heals. See, there's the mycelium. You can see that popping up. I might even lose a life here. It's not looking good. My front line is really taking the heat. And we're doing damage on the healing and everything like that. Okay, their archers are all dead. So we might live this. We might live this. If the elves can get another volley off, we might live this. They do quite a bit of damage. And plus the heals here. But those paladins are just so strong. Especially against my comp here. Now, it's only 6 left. We've still got 32. 4 left, 3 left, 2 left, 1 left. Okay, that's good, but it's not as much as I would like. Oh, now, I don't like this amount of cards. Let's see here. This is level 2, right? Let's see if we can get a farm or a wild card. The wild card is also really good. The wild card upgrades a target plot. So those boars are only level 1. Let's make those boars level 2. Let's just make sure that they can tank a little bit more. They're not amazing, but it's just a little bit better to have those. Now, hopefully the mycelium sticks around, right? So hopefully we can have it so that we have a crap ton of mycelium just all shooting off here, and the attack speed does affect it, like I said, from the beacon, so they'll start shooting really fast and very aggressively. Notice how these executioners are taking damage here. It's not just because of their executioners, it's also, look at that go. They're actually attacking defenders. And the defenders are kind of a pain in the butt because they are essentially just like damage reflect, right? Now, I actually think I want to put the reinforce onto the executioners here because they're not doing a ton of damage. The elves are doing a fair amount of damage, but their attack speed isn't scaling as well as we need it to right now. Now that the beacon's level 3, it's giving 6% attack speed every turn, so that should help us out quite a bit. But it feels like we're scaling a little bit slower than the enemies right now, which is not good. Because later in the game here, that's when we start to feel the heat. Yeah, you can see that they're actually breaking through my lines to my elves here, which is really not good. Now, again, there's still 5, and these mushrooms are untargetable, so they're just going to keep shooting regardless of what happens. Spend 30 gold to increase every stat of a troop or tower by 30%. Yeah, we got gold to spare right now. Let's send it on the executioners here. Give them that nice juicy extra. Now my circle placement was really bad. It seems they all are kind of gravitating over to the left here, so I'm going to start putting my healing / damage circle over here. Oh man, they're getting cooked. I have no front line. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good at all. My executioners are getting absolutely blasted right now. It looks like I might lose a life here. Unless I can keep healing through it. Oh my god, we're actually catching up. The elves are actually, the attack speed is starting to get decent, so they're actually attacking fast enough for me to get damage off. We might be able to win this. Oh my god, this is terrible. That King of Progress is really, it's really messing us up. Levels up all your plots. Let's go on just another stack of Reinforce here. Maybe chuck that onto the elves. Now, these cards do stack. I need more tanks, so I'm going to put that here. We're going to stack another stack of Reinforce onto the elves. Now, these are only level 1 elves. I really need to fight not this guy, not the King of Nothing. I don't want to fight the King of Nothing anymore. Alright, now, they are kind of sitting in the middle here. This is good. The archers are kind of going down on their end, but we're kind of neck and neck right now. 65, 68. Yeah, they're getting to our front line, which is just, we need to upgrade our front line bad. So I need another forest to out-level that up. It looks like we'll be okay again. The executioners are starting to shoot at the front line now, but the thing is that our boars and our paladins are the only ones fighting the front line at the beginning, so there's nobody doing damage to the front line other than the boars, really, because the paladins don't really do much damage. They're just really tanky, and there's only 6 of them. So, oh, this is not great. We're gonna go Treant here. Let's level that up. That's doing a lot of damage. My circles are doing a lot of damage. This makes the circle bigger, as well as more effective. So a little bit faster, as you can see. It's healing a little bit faster and doing a little bit more damage. But look at this. They're just chewing through my front line. There's only 78 of them this time around, so I think I should be okay. Oh man, they're cooking me. That group is really messing me up. Oh man, am I gonna lose a life here? It's looking like it. Yeah, the mushrooms are trying, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to kill 20. Alright, we're gonna lose a life here. So year 21, we're not even close. Oh my god, elves. Finally. Let's take the random 3 plots here. 3 procreates plus an elf. So we're gonna chuck 1 procreate onto the elves, and we're gonna chuck 2 more onto the paladins, because we really need frontline, and the frontline is just absolutely abysmal right now. So hopefully this helps them hold faster. They should have decent health because of the forest there. But we are in desperate need of some frontline. This is looking good. This is looking good. This is looking much better with all those paladins now. They're doing a decent amount of damage. Now the boars get to come in and do some damage. The executioner's walking right up. 10. That's all good. We can clear this one no problem. And see the difference that 1 turn makes here, right? Now we can go wild card here. Let's take a look. That's level 2. That's level 2. I think I'm gonna put the shrine in the back corner here. And I think ideally I want to take... Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the wild card here. Put the shrine in the back corner there. Because then that's just going to start leveling stuff up, including itself, which is crazy. Alright, we're actually against the rebels. See their little mycelians. But look at how clean that is, just tearing right through their front line. The one problem with the elves is, yeah, they don't have a front line other than the boars, really. And the boars are not a great frontline, so you kind of need to rely on other factions to get you any sort of tank. Which is not great, it's not ideal. And I can see that 6,000 damage coming out from the elves, so that's really starting to pop off. We're gonna upgrade the mycelium here. Now let's King of Progress. That guy needs to get out of here. He is so insane. Let's put the mycelium down there. Now ideally we can actually fight the King of Greed, because the King of Greed kinda flapped our cheeks a little bit. Now let's get a couple of heals off here. King of Nothing. We should be able to deal with this no problems because of the sheer amount of paladins we have. Plus, the executioners and the elves are really going after their archers, so our paladins and our boars can just hold for long enough, then yeah, all the archers are dead. The executioners are going to start shooting at the front line, so that's that. Another wild card, let's take it. Let's level up the elves here. 2% damage is great. It gives a lot of stats to level them up. It also gives a sheer amount, right? So, oh yeah, okay. So the King of Greed, the thieves jump right in, which kind of screws up your placement of your circle, right? Now this is looking good. This is looking much better than last time. We went almost double their numbers. The elves have gotten fast enough attack speed now that it's really like kind of kicking off. 10,000 damage from the 10,000 damage from the elves. 58 of them. 59 boars. 42. 49. So decent numbers here from just the 4 units. Now the beacon I think is level 3 already, so we don't really want to go that. Let's actually just level up the treant again. Alright, we have 40 gold. I would really like to have another tank. Okay, these are the Time Lord. I haven't actually seen the time. So they're all 30. You know, let's check. Let's grab Steel Coat for let's grab Steel Coat for our paladins here. And then we're gonna level up the treant again. That's level 5. I think level 6 now. Or level 5, I'm not 100% sure, but one of my passive skills, one of my perks that I'm using, does actually allow me to level up my base beyond 3 times, whereas other cards, you can only level them up 3 times. Now those paladins look like they're really holding fast, especially with that steel coat that they've got. Really makes it really easy to just, you know, for them to tank an extra hit, right? A full hit is crazy in this game. So a steel coat again, we could grab the steel coat again and just put it so that they're actually 2. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to grab the soldiers here, because the forest is starting to scale everything around it to have crazy HP. Now, I know these are going to go... I know that these thieves are going to jump right in, so I'm going to chuck the healing and damage circles right on the edge here. The mycelium is really starting to scale up as well. You can see just how many mycelium balls are getting shot. Mushroom balls are being shot into them, right? So, now we don't really want any of these. Each level it had. Let's go Midas Touch. Now it's going to let me choose another plot here. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take the one next to the beacon. And then we are going to take... You know, I think we're going to put the Midas Touch on the elves so that when they kill something, which seems to be often, they get gold. We love getting free gold. And I really like, we're almost to the final boss here. I really like how the final boss works. It's a really interesting kind of final boss mechanic. It's a you know, an enemy like this, it's a battle like this, but they spawn in kind of like a giant representation of the enemy. Now, is this level 3 yet? It's level 2. So we're gonna grab the mycelium again. We're gonna level that up to a 3rd level. This is kind of like the tower. Every lord has a kind of a tower. And I think that that's a really interesting mechanic to have, where you have kind of a defensive tower as well as units, as well as buffs. Look at the scaling. Look at how much damage that mycelium is doing. Same with the elves here, though. Now, will the mycelium catch the elves? That's the question. Yeah, it's going to catch and pass. And the circles are doing a ton of damage now that it's leveled up so far. We're kind of crushing it out now. This is kind of the point where I've scaled so hard that it's really, really difficult for things to catch up. Now, I'm going to chuck a farm down. We're going to double the healing effect. We're going to chuck the farm down right here for the paladins and the soldiers so that they're getting extra recruits. And then we're just going to keep her going. It's great. That was a perfectly placed circle right there. And the double healing effect is going to go crazy. Look at those heals. Look at those heals. Look at them all. Look at all those green numbers. Oh yeah, okay, Nature Rebellion gets squashed. Now, that's going to be level 3. That's going to be level 3. Level 2. Level 3. Level 1, level 3. Level 5 or whatever. This is going to be, oh, level 2 now. 3 less gold per level. So it's currently spending 6 gold to level something up. Now, we could grab a clone here. Clone the boars, and then put another boar right here, because this is going to level something up regardless. It's going to level something up. That's only going to cost us 3 gold a turn. I made a mistake. I didn't realize it was the King of Greed, and I put my circle in the wrong spot. It's okay, we'll get another circle down right here. Looks like this is still effective. Looks like some of my paladins kind of rushed in there. That's good. They saw me make a mistake, and they said, we gotta save our boy. So this game has occupied quite a bit of my time, so I figured, you know, it's probably a good thing to, you know, make a video on it. Oh, and see, another boar, but I only have 20 gold, so we're gonna chuck a stack of Midas Touch onto the Executioner. Oh, I should have put it on the Mycelium. I wonder if it works on the Mycelium. I've never tried. Or if I have, I haven't noticed if it actually works. Yeah, big circle, big healing circle here. And then we're gonna pop another one here, get some of that Mycelium damage while getting the heals off here. Look at how many Myceliums we have. Look at all the mushrooms. Fantastic. Well done. Now, is our forest level 3 yet? I think I'm going to take a Procreate. I'm going to chuck the Procreate onto the elves, because there is no max. So now we've got 88 elves. And then I think next turn I may use the wild card on these boars here, if they're not already leveled up. Oh my god, we're not paying attention. That's a lot of archers. But look at the elves now. They're attacking a lot faster. And they're doing damage to the backline, which I think is an important thing. Is, you know, their archers are clean, and our executioners and our elves. Look at the damage. 23,000 damage here. Yeah, those guys are stacking up quick. Almost 30k damage on them. Now this is going to be the last battle here. Level 3, level 2, Level 2, level 2. Do we reroll it again? Let's reroll it again. Okay, we got another steel coat. Let's put the steel coat onto these boars here. We want to use a wild card. What do we want to use here? Level 2, level 2, level 2. 40 of them, 73. Let's use the wild card on those guys. 85 of them. Now we have to use all of our cards. That's right. So might as well just chuck the orchard down. Let's put a steel coat onto those boars as well. They seem to be doing a little bit more damage than the paladins. And now you can see this is the king of nothing. He's gonna hurl rocks at us. And there's gonna be a lot of screaming involved. Okay, the healing circles are putting in work right now. Now look at the numbers though. The numbers are barely going down. And the champion of nothing here is also not taking a lot of damage, so we're really just hoping that our archers, our elves, and our executioners can really just shred through their archers before our front line dies here. Now look at this. We've lost literally 2 people because look at our healing. Look at how insane our healing is. Oh my god, let's go. It's really starting to ramp up. We've still only lost 2 guys. I don't think we're going to lose more than 2 because of just how many healing circles we have stacked up here. The King of Nothing is starting to take a lot of damage because the archers, the elf archers are just absolutely smoking him. Oh yeah, here goes the front line. The executioners are on the front line. Yeah, here we go. Now the executioners are attacking the champion of nothing as well. Look at them go. We only lost 2 people in the final battle. That's crazy. So your kingdom has thrived, and that's the end. Now you can continue playing. I'll show you what that looks like. Deem it acceptable. There's some bugs, things like that. What it does is it allows you to purchase new tiles. So instead of just, you know, haphazardly gaining them every once in a while, it also makes everything stronger. But I'm not going to play into this right now. I am going to say that was a great run. And yeah, this is 9Kings. I highly recommend checking out this game. It's really not expensive on the store. It's a cool indie game, and I think everyone who likes roguelikes or strategy games is fantastic. It's a fantastic game for anyone who likes this kind of games. If you liked the video, let me know. If you hated the video, also let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye!